Yeah.
In the city's vibrant, pulsating night, neon lights on loud, masks conceal the truth, and whispers reveal secrets. Crystal balls spin mysteries, fortune tellers weave cosmic tales, and truth is tangled in electric threads. The masquerade unfolds, colors clash and neon hearts guide us through the crowded glow. Fireworks explode in our minds, hidden codes wait to be found, and every flash reveals what's underneath. Memories haunt us, light bulbs flicker and shadows linger. The curtain rises, lights ignite the scene, and the stage burns under fiery skies. The show must go on, we'll take the chaos and find our way through every stumble. No mask can hide the fire in our eyes. We're spinning stories under open skies, and when the music fades, we'll still be standing. Curtains draw open, lights ablaze, magic whispers through the night, as masks and dreams converge in spectacular display. Shadows dance, voices enthrall, crystal balls reveal secret signs, threads of fate entwined in tangled lines. The reactor twist unknown, on a stage of stars where dreams unfold. The show must shine bright through chaos and strife, every spark a tale to tell, a symphony of rebellion. Drums beat like hearts of fire, scripts burn with raw desire. Books of untold stories, pages turning brave and bold. Spotlight calls never fading through leaps of faith and masquerades. We've seen a gamble, each step a leap, dreams awaken where we sleep. Lights dim but hearts ignite, curtains rise to greet the night. We stumble, trip but never fall, the show goes on, we give it all. Raise the roof, shout aloud, through darkness we face the crowd. Dreams collide, we paint the stage with every scar. Each misstep makes us who we are. Script is torn, lines blurred, but every voice will still be heard. No rerun, no second take, we build the magic we won't break. Applause fades, but hearts soar, we'll leave them begging for more. Through every storm, every dawn, the show must go on and on.
Greetings from South Carolina. It's going to be so hard to do a show that lives up to that intro. It really is, Sarah.
It's outstanding.
Thank you.
Phenomenal. Yes, it's true.
I want to use it for Christmas.
Of course. Go for it.
Give the gift of universal horror.
Yeah, you should.
The intro really fits because we're talking about our favorite horror movies, not necessarily our favorite go-to Halloween movies, for instance, but our favorite, just the horror movies that we really deeply enjoy watching.
Awesome.
Should I see a few hellos while we have a second?
Yes.
I will scroll down really quickly. And Mr. Wilkinson, so good to see you. Welcome. Lance Chapin is here. Yes, rest in peace, June Lockhart. We're all very, very sorry. But Lance, I'm so glad you could make it. Gary Carpenter's here. He's back and better than ever. Geek Culture 101 is here. Welcome, Tracy. Boobala, good to see you, my lady.
Lockhart passed away.
Yeah, hold that thought. Wajimine is here. So good to see you, my brother. And I believe that's Jennifer's here. Welcome, Jennifer. I'll never get your last name. I apologize in advance. Superplex. Oh, Superplex, so good to see you, my brother. Que pasa, amigo? Teb is here. Terrell Eugene Bellinger. Teb, so good to see you as well. And I just want to make Snark's ass. Oh, Snark's ass, so good to see you. Welcome to the party. And that now I'm caught up. And yes, I didn't mean to go over your emotional scar, Dan, but yes, June Lockhart died.
I know, and I knew that already. I knew that she died. That I discovered this morning when I woke up. But when you said that, since we were talking about horror movies, it was like a slap in the face because I was reading something earlier. And did you know June Lockhart was actually in a horror movie? She was in a movie called She Wolf of London in 1946, which officially gets her on our show today. Italian facts people like so much.
And one thing I want to say is she just made the 100 mark. So often there have been some amazing celebrities who made it this close to 100 and then just didn't quite make it. 3 days she made it by. 3 days. And Miss Lockhart, you touched our lives and you will be missed.
It's like losing an aunt.
Yeah. I watched her on Lost in Space, I reckon, most of my childhood.
You guys know I got to meet her once, right?
No,
I did not know that.
I was in Hyannis Airport, which is the main airport on Cape Cod. I was flying down to New York City to see my dad, where he was living at the time. And she was either going to or coming back from one of the islands. I don't know, Martha's Vineyard in Nantucket. She was in a waiting room, waiting to catch her flight. The same waiting room I was in as well, by the way. My mother recognized her before I did, and she goes, "Rob, you know what that is? That's June Lockhart from your show, Lost in Space." Because I used to watch Lost in Space with my father when I was a toddler. And I'm like, because I'm like 11 and I'm like blown away. I didn't know celebrities actually came to the provincial places like Cape Cod.
Cape Cod is provincial.
And I'm
not sure.
Oh, she was.
I'm sorry.
And I'm like, get her autograph for me. She goes, "No, you ask her." And I go, I can't. Yes, you can. No, I can't. Yes, you can. I'm afraid to. You can just ask her. She's a human being. This goes on for about 20 minutes. And I finally get up enough courage and I walk up to her and I'm like, I still have it. It's actually in the bridge. I should have brought it up and showed it to you guys, but take my word for it. I went down there. I'm like, "Miss Lockhart, can I have your autograph, please?" And she goes, "Oh, sure you can. Sure you." And my mother goes, it took him 20 minutes to get the courage. And she gave me this nice little speech about how I shouldn't be worried to talk to celebrities. They love their fans. It was just this very nice, concise speech about how I shouldn't be afraid to talk to people just because they're from Hollywood. It was very nice that she took her time out. And again, that was crying out loud over 40 years ago, approaching 50. And I still remember to this day, she was a wonderful woman.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And to the people watching, let me advise everybody that celebrities don't feel the same way now that they used to. And if you approach one and bother them at dinner, they might throw noodles on you.
It really depends on the celebrity.
Yeah.
I've met celebrities and they go either way. Sometimes they'll be really nice and gracious to fans, and other ones will be total.
Okay, let me rephrase that. It's been my experience not to ask Robert De Niro when he's having dinner for an autograph. he might throw
Robert De Niro's a jerk. I never would have thought.
he might throw his noodles on you if you do ask him.
Oh, but he blessed me with his noodles.
One thing, Adam Sandler. If you're going to talk to him, the one thing do not go to him and say, "Oh, I'm your biggest fan. You touched my life. I've seen all your movies." Say something like normal to him. Don't just gush on him. For understand, because he's from this area and he brings his kids down to Cape Cod from time to time. He actually filmed a movie down here. And I know guy was in the hospitality at the time. And if you were just like really cool with him and say, "Hey, it was an honor to meet you," he'd be like, "Hey, thanks." But if you try to gush on him, he's like,
if I ever see Adam Sandler, I'm gonna walk up to the arrogant little shit and say, "I loved you in a movie," and I'm gonna pick a movie he wasn't in. I loved you.
You know what? I actually had something all geared up. Because, like I said, he's from Cape Cod, and I was in hospitality at the time. If he ever was in my station, I was going to come and say, "Oh man, I know you. Oh my god, I loved you. You were great in Remote Control. I was so bummed out when that was canceled." Have you done anything since?
That's great.
He'd probably think that was funny, to be honest with you. He'd probably think that was funny. Could go either way.
Yeah. I go up to him and talk in that voice that Snarky says it sounds like that guy from that Moon movie. The Menorah movie. I don't know, the Hanukkah movie, that's what I meant to say. That one he did, the cartoon one, whatever it is. So then sound like that whitey guy or whatever. That'd be funny.
Was that? There was some actress I jerked her chain one time and she got all mad at me. I just can't remember her name. She was in the movie with Roddy Piper. She's got the weird eyes.
They Live?
Yeah, They Live.
She was
the actress with the weird eyes he kidnapped.
Hey Tim, how's it going?
Kind of picture her, but I have no idea.
I'm
I have to
sorry,
look it up.
on a blank.
Oh, jeez. They Live actress with weird eyes. And even YouTube knew it was Meg Foster.
Meg Foster, yep.
All right.
So I see Meg Foster, and she's at this cafeteria thing at the studio where we was on a studio tour. And just to jerk her chain, I went up to her and I said, "Can I have your autograph?" And when she signed it, I said, "I love you and cheers." And I swear this woman, she cussed me so bad, man. But I was just playing. I was jerking her chain. I still got her autograph, by the way.
Oh, and Superflex, in the spirit of that, I have a poem. Jada, her head's made out of clay, and if Will Smith don't like it, I'll say it anyway.
I like that one.
Right here. Right here.
Oh, Lord. So I guess we can support now. We ought to at least talk about one horror movie or something.
Nothing with Will Smith. It's a Will Smith free zone.
Okay.
Unless you mean Will Smith, the post-apocalyptic actor, he's okay.
What? No. I went back in time and I looked again at old movies, and I don't agree. He's terrible there too. What was I thinking as a kid?
No. There's another actor named Will Smith who was in like the Ultimate Warrior and stuff. He's this like European redheaded dude. He's actually pretty cool.
Awesome. I want to meet him.
If Indy was here, he could back me up on this.
He's strangely absent.
When he found out there was no trivia tonight, he bowed out. I think correcting me has become his reason for living. Which means it's like having a second wife.
Speaking of which, Thrash, I do have something to correct you on. Before we started the show, you said that Christopher Lee was the only actor to play Dracula, the Mummy, and Frankenstein's monster, and you are incorrect. There is another, and he even played the Wolfman as well. That's Lon Chaney Jr. He played all four. Lon
Chaney Jr. was a mummy?
Yep.
I stand corrected.
The Mummy's Hand, the Mummy's Curse, the Mummy's Tomb. Yeah.
I don't recall. I honestly God, I don't recall those. I believe you, but I don't recall those. I don't recall his mummy movies.
I watched them recently. That's the only reason I know that off the top of my head. But I did look it up, and on the internet, Lon Chaney Jr. is the only actor to play all four, because he's the only one who played the Wolfman. Nobody else played the Wolfman.
Well, I stand corrected.
Yeah.
But Christopher Lee still played all three.
Yeah, but he didn't play the Wolfman.
Yeah, he didn't put into a dog.
No, in fact, the only Hammer Wolfman movie I can think of is the pretty good one with Oliver Reed, but Christopher Lee doesn't play the Wolfman in it.
I don't know if she was the first one or not, but I would think June Lockhart in 1946 may be the first woman to ever play a werewolf in a movie. Because
That's
I don't ever
definitely possible,
remember no woman doing a werewolf before that.
Because before that, it was just Lon Chaney and Bela Lugosi.
So, yes, I apologize for either misremembering the fact or quoting an incorrect source. But it was Anchor Bay, so it could have gone either way.
And actually, you're right, because that would make Christopher Lee the only one to ever play them only three, not counting the Wolfman.
Yeah.
Except for Lon Chaney, who played it.
I must confess, I was never really into mummies for whatever reason. It just didn't click with me. I don't know why.
I'll be honest with
bad,
you,
but I didn't see a lot of
mummies were like the walking on back least favorite on my list of slow moving horror movie monsters.
Yeah,
I don't think mummies got exciting to the Brendan Fraser movies.
I'm with you. Yeah.
I like those. Those are great.
Dwayne Johnson.
Well, yeah, that was just a terrible choice. They like, hey, we have this really cool actor. We're gonna CGI him and make sure it looks terrible. Why? Why?
He was trying to break out in Hollywood. He was just taking whatever they were giving him. Honest to God, he's like.
Well, yeah, no doubt. But at the same time, it's just like they didn't even try. They're like, we're gonna make sure that this looks terrible for years to come. And you're like, but you don't have to. You really don't. But they did anyways. I don't know why. Visually, that is just very not pleasing to my eyes.
We got
and then he got his own spin-off series.
Yes, he did. Which wasn't particularly good, but again, they were just giving him truckloads of money. You know, I used to watch his father wrestle when I was a kid. I remember his father wrestling, Rocky Johnson.
Nice.
Yeah.
I actually spent time around his dad, but never really spent time around him.
No.
Well, he would have been like in like middle school or even younger.
Oh no,
He's
dude,
substantially younger than we are.
No, dude, I'm really old. He probably wasn't The Rock. Probably wasn't even a pebble yet. He probably wasn't born. We're talking like not. We're talking.
Yeah.
If he was born, he was really little and not around.
Yeah, because we're substantially older than he is.
78, maybe in Georgia.
Okay, so horror movies.
Horror movie, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were doing. Okay.
Yes, Sarah, we're going to start this week and pick your horror movie that you like.
You want me to go first? Is what you're saying?
We're going to let you go first. Tug,
Okay.
You go first.
But I mean, look at this though. I mean, oh shoot, that's the wrong thing. I really did make a list. See,
that's a phone, Sarah.
It's my list. It's my list on here. I texted it to myself, so I wouldn't lose it even.
My list is in here.
All right. Well,
I hope.
I'd have to say, I lost the one I was going to say first. That was cool. How'd I do that? Oh, yes, I remember. Okay, one of my, it's not a very good movie in particular, but I do like the first one anyways. Urban Legends. Did anybody ever watch that?
I watched it back in the day when it came out.
Yeah. I liked it. You know, one of my favorite scenes of the whole thing of it is like in the very beginning when they just do the pop rocks and stuff. Because I was like in high school or just out of high school or something. Anyways, and I remember like everybody was always talking about pop rocks and that, and I just never even had pop rocks at that point. And then I was like, oh, that's hilarious. That's what they were talking about. Actual candy is pop rocks. I never even heard of it. It was amazing. And then I ate some, and then they're not that good. Who knew?
No,
but I really did like that one. I thought it was a good one. I don't usually like those kind of teenage slasher horror things in general, but I enjoyed myself. I laughed at that a lot. I don't think I was supposed to, but I did.
I think it was a fun premise. Like the idea.
It was fun. I liked it. Mm-hmm.
Taking these old teenage urban legends and making a whole movie out of them. I thought that was pretty clever, actually. Go for it.
Cool gimmick. And all good horror movies have to have some angle of humor in it. Because horror is a very intense, high energy emotion.
Mm-hmm.
So when you can get like a good laugh out of it, I mean, it really sort of, it just really makes the whole experience. I mean, there are many horror movies that have no humor in them whatsoever, and that's fine. They don't have to. But some of the best horror movies I can think of have given you a good laugh in one or two places while you're at it. I remember when I was a kid in Shud, when they were booking the homeless lady, they go, "Hey, whoever, we got your girlfriend," and for some reason I like almost wet myself. I was laughing so hard because I was a teenage boy at the time, but that just struck me funny in an otherwise not particularly funny movie. So yeah.
I remember when I was in a screenwriting class in college in film school, and they basically told us that there is no difference formula-wise between a comedy and a horror movie. You're basically doing the same thing. You're setting up gags to surprise the audience, and whether you're surprising them with laughter or surprising them with horror, it doesn't really matter. It's still the same thing. You're basically doing the same nuts and bolts narrative-wise. So that's interesting.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. I never drew that parallel.
Well, cool.
Well, now you learn.
Well, I enjoyed that one. I remember watching it at a party, and it was a good party. It was a very good party.
I have to say, I like Urban Legends movie too, even though they did run that series downhill a little bit later on.
That's true,
they do that with every series. Yeah.
When you said that, I had the common flashback to like, you know what you did last summer, or the the other 15 just like it that come out that year.
Right.
You know, it's like a general.
The problem is they ran out of urban legends to incorporate. They had to start making some up.
It's like Jeepers Creepers, Final Destination. Those are all around the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, they all have that same vibe to them.
All right, Gary, you put that together and I'll do that.
The same 4 teenagers.
Best hits.
Yeah. Yeah, you know. Yeah, I just really did enjoy that one. It was a really fun movie. I'd watch it again and again. It's just one of those kind of movies you can do that with.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't seen it since it came out, but I'd probably watch it again. It's just fun, silly.
It's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I highly recommend that we all catch up with the movies of the past. It'll be good.
Okay, so I guess that means it's my turn.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, the one I just watched the other day, I think Friday night, I watched Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, which it's really more of a Wolfman movie than a Frankenstein movie because Frankenstein's in it, but it's mostly just about them resurrecting poor Lon Chaney's Wolfman. What's his name? I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Lawrence
Talbot.
Lawrence Talbot. When they resurrect him, and all he wants is to die. The entire movie, that's all he wants, and he keeps saying it. I just want to die. It's like it's this movie that's like this meditation on assisted suicide and all this other stuff, but it's like made in the 1940s. And then you got Bela Lugosi as Frankenstein's monster. He's terrible. Like I love Bela Lugosi and all, but wow, just you've got Lon Chaney really serious.
Problems with Hollywood back then was the miscasting of Bela Lugosi. If they had put him in the Dr. Frankenstein role, just imagine.
Yeah, that would have been way cooler. I agree. Yeah.
Well, a lot of times,
weird dichotomy in that movie. You've got the stock seriousness of Lon Chaney and the Wolfman, and then you've got there's camp. There's a lot of camp towards the end of the movie, and it's like it's a really interesting mix, and it's one of the things I love about the Universal Classic Monsters is that they're able to pull that off.
For a while in the Universal universe, for want of a better way of putting it, Dracula becomes a sort of mad scientist type. It's actually one of the premises in Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, and so you have Dracula as a scientific entity trying to control Frankenstein's monster, and to an extent the werewolf for his nefarious reasons, because he's always got some angle. There's always something he wants to do, and it's which is so funny because vampires have very limited understanding of science because they're more demon than human, so it's usually that's what they need humans for, to like do science stuff for them. But I thought that was a cool angle. So yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Miscasting him as the monster rather than the scientist was, I think, a lost opportunity.
Agreed.
They really wore that out. They really wore that Dracula scientist thing out in the movie Van Helsing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah.
But I just like try to imagine what it was like for theater goers back then to get this massive crossover between like Frankenstein and the Wolfman. Like it would have blown your mind. Like it was bigger than the Avengers, like, and they're actually like stick very true to the storylines of both Frankenstein and the Wolfman. And I don't know. I thought it's the first interconnected cinematic universe, but like they did it really well, especially with Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman. They got kind of off the rails after that, but I don't know. Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, such a great movie.
Is that the one? Because I must confess, after all these years, the Universal horror movies all kind of blend together into one big, like Netflix mini.
Yeah, I get that.
Is that the one where they're in the Russian tea room, and the gypsy is singing to Lon Chaney Jr. about living eternally, and he goes basket case, or is that a different movie?
No, that's the one. Yep.
That scene haunted me when I was a kid because, as you say, he just wants to die, and that's where we really, really see it. And we would talk about this in another context. I can't remember what, but just the idea is we tend to think living eternally would be a great gift. It would really be a curse.
Absolutely. And for
Yeah, I
him
don't wanna-
knowing that like every month when the full moon rises, he's going to go out and kill people. At
It
no
worked
point does he
out
ever
enough.
consider just putting himself in a cage. Like that never comes up in any of the Universal Classic Monster movies.
Most because they don't make cages back then.
Apparently.
It'll be fine. Yeah, don't worry about it. That's a new invention.
But honestly, I could be wrong, but it may have even been in the book and not the movie. I don't know. But originally in the first Wolfman, where it's Bella that turns into a werewolf,
Yeah.
the old gypsy lady would chain him up at night like a dog, but he broke his chain that night when he got loose and killed him and got attacked and everything.
That is correct. Yes. And I think it is in the movie, but it's like a blink and you'll miss it kind of thing.
But it's definitely a big thing in the book.
Yeah, and in Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, he actually meets back up with a gypsy woman. I can't remember the name of the character, Mileva. Yeah, it's Maria Uspanskaya. But yeah, and she says she's going to protect him and guide him, but she doesn't actually like do anything with him. She just like takes him around Europe for some reason, looking for Dr. Frankenstein. That's why they did
That was
it.
for guiding him, looking for him. You know, that was their
Yeah.
quest for Dr. Frankenlover.
But they never actually found Dr. Frankenstein because he was dead. But they did find the monster.
I thought, see, they weren't really looking for Dr. Frankenstein as much as they were looking for some kind of records or his book.
His
or
diary. They were looking for Frankenstein's diary. Yeah.
They had a
His
book,
diary.
Reverse Life, and he was going to
The
undo
Secrets
himself.
of Life and Death or something like that. Yeah. Which pops up again later on in like House of Frankenstein and stuff. Yeah.
You know, as a kid, I loved these movies. I always loved them, but I'd make my dad so mad, and I'd say this, you know, he's a werewolf. Why somebody just chopped their head off with a sword?
The silver sword would be great. Yeah.
I guarantee you, he ain't coming back from that.
True.
Or kill him in human form.
It's been my experience in life.
Yeah.
If you chop its head off with a sword, it ain't coming back.
Or what is the with Jane Seymour, where they're going to just dump the monster in an acid bath?
Oh yeah. The Frankenstein, the true story. Yeah.
We're going to give you a beauty bath. We're going to destroy you to the molecular level.
That's
Then
that's how
you-
they kill Frankenstein's monster in the Curse of Frankenstein, the Hammer version. Big acid
Give me a
tub,
second.
big tub full of acid. He falls down from the window. Yeah.
I'm racking my brain. It's been
And then
so
he
long.
becomes
I think
the Joker.
Yes, and then he becomes the Joker. He turns into Jack Nicholson for some reason.
Right, I'm gonna see that movie.
Hammer movies always did seem to take a few liberties with scripts and.
Oh, totally. Like the writer Jimmy Sangster, he wasn't actually like all that interested in being true to the source material. He was just trying to make movies, and I kind of respect him for that, honestly.
Yeah, you have to add some new twist or new take on it, or it
Yeah.
becomes derivative. You know?
Exactly. So I kind of respect that.
Yeah, like derivative, like the 75 versions of the movie Dracula that's out there.
There are too many of those. Yes.
I can sit here and name
For
at least
example.
5 actors who have really played Dracula in a full-blown Dracula movie, and there's a lot more than the 5. Just saying. After a while, you know, what kind of twist can you do on a story? We
Agreed.
also, and then there was that Gary Oldman Nightmare Dracula movie.
I like that movie.
We've discussed
I
that.
think the Frank Langella Dracula movie of the 70s is a far superior film.
I'm not saying this about a movie. It's a good movie.
That story.
But I do think Christopher Lee's probably my favorite Dracula. I love Bela Lugosi. I think he's the most iconic, but Christopher Lee's just so good.
He just had a presence. He
Yeah.
just brought it. You know what I'm saying? He just
Exactly.
great as Dracula. And he was genteel and really scary at the same time. That one, you're gonna have to help me out here because again, blending together. But it's the one where the girl is at the window, and when they go to open it up, Christopher Lee just kind of goes ah, and he just like reaches around. I remember as a kid going yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you which one that is because there's so many Christopher Lee Dracula movies. There's like 10 of them.
Great, I love him. And you know he was a British commando in World War II.
I did know that. Yeah, I only learned that recently when I was researching for these Hammer movies.
Yeah. So he was a genuine badass in addition to everything else.
And he was 6'7". He was huge. He was a big dude.
Because I'm
Really? He was that tall?
6'5", and I eat ponces like you for breakfast.
Oh,
He's huge. He's
He's
enormous.
huge. 6'7".
And I think that's why he was able to have that presence in all those movies as a monster, either Dracula or Frankenstein or the Mummy. He was so big, he just dominated the room, you know.
he was a real life monster. Yeah.
Well, he was an actor, so.
He popped up.
So, whom next? Me next? You next? Dan
I
next?
guess it's you.
All right, I'll go next. Much as you guys know, I have an burning desire to go classic with my horrors. I decided I want to open up with one from this century. I know, right?
Weird.
It was actually, it was suggested to me. I want to say last year, someone suggested I watch it, and you guys know I absolutely adore anthologies. I think the anthology is possibly the best idea for a horror movie because if you don't like one of them, the odds is good that you'll still like the rest of them. Whereas if you go to a movie that has like one plot, if you don't like that, you're going to hate the whole movie. So anthologies are it's like a comic book brought to life, and usually a pretty good one, with some exceptions. But there's one I saw from 2009, and it was actually called Trick or Treat.
Oh,
and
yes.
It's a weird take on the anthology. It's set in this one small town, cursed small town, as always. And it's a story, it's a series of vignettes, but they're all intertwined. So it's like if you watch closely, a story might start out here, but it plays out over here. And there's some great premises. There's a great take on Little Red Riding Hood about a werewolf cult, which is really slick. There's an old man who suffers from a curse and tries to fight it independently, and it's sort of like we were talking about the Agnes Moorehead movie. There's something about the one asshole guy fighting a demon by himself where you really don't care about either one of them that somehow makes it really, really slick. There's possibly the weakest one. It was a great premise. I think it was just kind of a misfire. It's about a serial killer middle school principal. And I thought that I love the idea. I think it just sort of misfired for whatever reason. But the movie as a whole, I thought was really slick. And since I don't like a lot of movies from this century, I decided I was going to open with one that actually I think at least gets a passing grade for horror class.
Nice.
Trick or Treat. When you said Trick or Treat, I was thinking some rock star comes back from hell, and Ozzy Osbourne was in it.
That's a different movie. But no, Trick or Treat's a good movie and a surprising pick from you, Thrash. I did not expect that at all. So good job.
Thank you.
It's a pretty good movie. Yeah, I like it.
I guess it's me now.
Yes.
Yep.
So here at the end of the line, I wanted to go with something Halloween entertaining and come up with something I can actually recommend to people to watch at Halloween for a good entertaining watch that wouldn't freak you out too much, but was still kind of scary. And I recommend Tales from the Crypt's Demon Night. This movie's got everything. It is really one of the most entertaining horror movies I've ever sat through.
I'm trying to remember which one that is. Demon Night.
I don't know.
Oh, when people's Googling it, I worry.
I'm just trying to remember which one it is because there's like this is one with Billy Zane, right?
It's gonna. I'm actually racking my brains. I remember I watched both, but I'm trying to remember which scenes were one and which scenes were the other. Because
this is the one with Billy Zane, not the one with
Boom.
Dennis
Yes.
Miller.
Okay. Yeah.
That's Bordello of Blood. There you go. Yeah.
Was the other one? And
actually, I kind of like Bordello of Blood.
Yeah, I like both of these movies. They're good. Yeah.
But I like Demon Night's more of a good Halloween watch.
If they don't make it through the night, all is lost type situation, you know.
These are good movies to watch with like a group of people on like Halloween. Like, yeah, they're fun movies. They're fun horror movies.
Yeah, well, it's got that extra entertainment value with it. You know, like Thrash was talking about the comedy aspect.
Yeah.
You get a good laugh with this movie, but then you get a little bit of scary stuff too. Even
It's
though,
very crowd-pleasing.
what's that guy's name? Billy Zane that plays the
Billy
demon.
Zane. Yeah.
He is so over the top. I compare his performance in this movie to Michael Keaton in Beetlejuice for being just over the freaking top.
Just having a blast the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah. It was fun. It's a fun watch. So that's my Halloween recommendation.
Yeah, I don't know why they stopped making Tales from the Crypt movies. They were so good. I don't know.
There was a lot of difficulties in producing Bordello of Blood. And
Yeah.
I think they just went, you know what? We'll go in a different direction, you know.
Okay, so Sarah,
Studios are very fickle like that. If something's a pain in the ass, they're like,
they'll just pass on it.
yeah, exactly. It's like in Line and Mesh. I don't do compromise. I go right to surrender. Bye.
Okay, I think it's called Fright Night. It's about like a kid, whose next door neighbor just moved in as a vampire and nobody believes him. Now, I've seen the original one and the remake, and I like them both just fine. I really like those movies. They're a lot of fun to watch. I love a lot of the practical effects in the first one. So good. I know I love practical effects. They're my favorite.
I love Fright Night. I think was it Roddy McDowell's performance in that?
Roddy McDowell, yeah. Peter Vincent.
Who's a playoff on the Hammer.
It could actually be his best performance in a movie. To me,
there's some stiff competition.
Yeah, that's hard to pick, man.
I even
He's
like
great.
It. I mean, other than playing a monkey, he played a monkey.
Apes, not monkeys.
He played
what about Legend of Hell House? What about that's like he was just.
How about his performance in Fright Night was 80s on time, perfect.
He was amazing. He was absolutely amazing as this sort of Hammer Van Helsing type character who now has that kind of living as a horror host.
Right.
That's great. Amanda Bierce as the girl next door girlfriend.
And of course, Chris Sarandon as the vampire. So great.
He was absolutely outstanding. I loved. It's one of my favorite. I went to the night before I went to my college orientation. My buddy and I we actually saw it at the drive-in when the Cape Cod drive-in was still up. I remember one Halloween I saw it as a midnight
saw an
movie.
interview one time with the director, and they were actually trying to get either Peter Cushing or Christopher Lee to play that part originally.
Actually, Vincent Price. They wanted to get Vincent Price.
Was it Vincent Price? They were trying to get somebody else to play the part originally.
But Vincent Price didn't want to do any horror movies then. He was like done with horror until Tim Burton came around.
He never wanted to do horror movies.
Yeah.
that happened by mistake. He wanted to do like Shakespeare, but he did a couple of horror movies, made a few bucks, and then people started. It was almost like he was cast like that, so they kept saying, "Here, come into our movie." And he's like, "I don't want to. How much are you gonna pay me?"
He eventually learned to embrace it and have fun with it, but yeah,
he made a career out of it. But that's not what he never wanted to be a horror icon.
That was not his. Yeah, like you said, he wanted to do Shakespeare and he wanted to do musical theater. That's what he really wanted to do.
Well, we remember him for the horror movies. That's important.
And
I don't think any of us would have remembered him for the other stuff.
Speaking of music, by the way, Fright Night has an absolutely outstanding soundtrack. I have a copy of it on vinyl in my garage somewhere. Amazing soundtrack.
Ooh, awesome.
And while I do prefer the original, I will say the remake of Fright Night. It's not terrible. I like Anton Yelchin, and I love what's his name, the guy who plays Peter
McLovin. Just McLovin. His name from now on is just McLovin. Whatever his real name is McLovin now.
Yeah, I didn't really like the remake too much.
David Tennant's great.
And then I felt really bad when the guy that got killed in that car thing in that garage, at a gate or
Anton
something.
Yelchin, yeah, he got hit by his own car.
Yeah,
that's a horror movie in itself.
How the hell
he's a big loss because he was a great actor and he was just getting started.
He was great. Everything he was ever in, I'm just like, and I want to see more of it.
Yeah, exactly.
And now he's gone. I'm like, well, no, I don't want to watch anything.
Oh, come on. Sarah only loves him because he's in Star Trek.
It helps. Star Trek is my thing.
There was that one movie where he played like a punk rocker and he was like being besieged by Patrick Stewart. Green Room or something like that. He's really good in that.
Was Patrick Stewart his first on-screen kiss too?
That's every actor's first on-screen kiss. They have to kiss Patrick Stewart. That's like just part of the ritual.
I've done worse.
Well, since I want to keep you all my friends, I'm going to stay out of this conversation.
Okay, so I guess that's
Fright
my
Night.
turn again. Fright Night's great. I love Fright Night. It's one of my favorite movies. I've got a video on it on my channel. Go check it out after this, of course.
Well, let me just stop playing this real quick. Let me just check it out and be right back.
Yeah, at this point, I should probably cut my camera off, get down on my hands and knees, and thank God that cell phones didn't exist in the 80s.
They
Okay.
did,
I feel like we're missing context.
well,
No, yes, Dad. I can see that.
That was my response to a PONS comment earlier.
Which one? I made several. Some of them are actually accurate. Well,
Okay, well, I guess that means it's
All
my
right.
turn.
your turn. Your turn.
Moving on.
Somehow I have gone months without talking about Godzilla on any of these streams. So I'm going to bring up the one Godzilla movie that I think is actually really scary. That's not like one of the main, not the original Godzilla, not even the 2014 remake, which I do like. But I actually want to talk about Godzilla versus Destroyer, which is the last of the original series of Godzilla movies. And in it, Godzilla he's basically gone completely radioactive. He's about to go thermonuclear and blow up the whole planet, basically. And the monster is this like amalgamation of little creatures that are like destroying the city, and everything's like burning and on fire. And it's actually really scary. And the way the movie is filmed is very scary. And Godzilla's not really helping anymore. He's more of a problem than anything else. He's about to blow up the planet, I don't know. I find that one like apocalyptic and terrifying in a way that most Godzilla movies never get to. Like it takes itself a lot more seriously than you'd think. I really like it. Godzilla versus Destroyer is a very unsung Godzilla movie that I think more people should be appreciating.
I never saw a Godzilla movie I didn't like, except for the one with the little baby Godzilla Godzuki thing.
Yeah, I know.
That's the only one I'm not real fond of. I'm not real fond of the Kennies that's in some of the Godzilla movies, the little kids that serve no purpose other than to annoy the audience.
Yeah, there's that one where it's like all about the kid and the baby Godzilla.
God,
monsters attack or something like that. That was terrible.
Worst of the worst. But I have never ever found anything remotely scary about a Godzilla movie.
I think Godzilla Destroyer is the one that I think it really gets there for me.
No. Not even made me twitch.
Really?
Yeah, just nothing scary about Godzilla, Rodan, or these big kaiju puppets.
Well, I think the original Godzilla does a really good job of like just giving you dread, like making you feel dread, which you get again in the most recent Godzilla movie, Godzilla -1.
Sorry.
I love that. That's good music. That's very good music.
To me, they're just really good versions of the giant claw. They're all big puppet toys.
How dare you compare Rodan to the giant claw? What's wrong with you?
Doug, I have to say, The Simpsons said it best. What do aliens have to do with Halloween? They always lump sci-fi horror together, and I must confess, I probably lean more towards the sci-fi angle than the horror. So yeah, things like Godzilla, aliens from space, things of a science fiction nature don't really fit in with the ghouls and bats and all that, but I think there is place for it. And yes, Godzilla deserves to be on this list, and I'm glad you brought one up. So I
hashtag justice for Godzilla. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
You say infantile like it's a bad thing, Zuper.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess that means it's your turn again, Thrash, since Dan has disappeared.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be back.
I think Godzilla got him.
I'm going to throw one out there that I saw by mistake, actually. I was, I think, 13, 14 years old. I was up in Plymouth visiting my grandparents. My cousins and I were down in the family room watching the TV we had down there. And they were showing scary movies, but the children were watching, they were family-friendly scary movies. And I caught The Dark Night of the Scarecrow. And this movie scared the bejeez out of me. Now, again, this was made for It wasn't a kid movie, but it was made for like families to watch together, and it's basically the story of a young girl is attacked by a dog, but they blame her challenged friend, played by Larry Drake, the guy from L.A. Law, who Dr. Giggles.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's yeah.
All right, good. I just want to make sure the name.
Dark man.
Who's amazing in it, and a vigilante mob led by Charles Durning, who's amazing in everything, goes on a quest for revenge and wreak their revenge prior to them realizing that, in fact, the girl was attacked by a dog. So, oops-a-daisy. But the spirit comes back for revenge and gets them one by one. And it's really atmospheric and really scary. And, of course, has a thing where everyone's blaming everyone else. And, well, is it what you think it is? Is it something else? Is it this person? Like, is it like a Friday the 13th type thing where it's actually the little girl all along? And it has a great ending, which I won't spoil for you because I already did that once today, and I never do more than 2 spoilers in the same day. But I love, and you know what? It stands up today. I love this movie when I was 13, and I caught it last year, and I still think it stands up to this day.
Awesome.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen it. You've talked about it before, but I still haven't seen it.
And thank you, Cinephile, for backing me up here. So yeah, it was a sleeper hit. Like I said, it was a made for TV hit in like 1980, 81. So a lot of people haven't seen it, but if you have seen it, most people who've seen it enjoy it.
Awesome.
Thank you. Larry Drake's best performance according to Cinephile.
Probably on YouTube, and I'm not sure. I think I saw that movie on YouTube before.
It was. I don't know if it still is. YouTube's done this purge thing where anything that people can make money off of, they've taken down.
I'm aware of this.
I am familiar with Mad Monster Party Super. I've been trying to get my hands on a copy so I can do a video on it.
I have it on videotape.
I had this flashback of a TV movie I saw, 30 years ago called I Desire. And it's a vampire movie. It's a TV vampire movie. And I remember the ending of it shocked me so bad I couldn't sleep for weeks. But I can't remember what the ending was. And I can't find the movie nowhere to watch it and not remember it. It had the guy from American Werewolf in London in it before he was the American Werewolf in London.
Oh, Naughton. David Naughton.
Yes, David Naughton.
Yeah, like I could never tell you his names though, but that guy.
I just did.
That's why I got
He's already forgotten
it. Mercy. So, Dan, you're up. Or was that your pick?
No, wasn't
are you speaking?
I've never been able to find again. I saw it once, and little pieces of it stick in my mind as being a gory movie for TV. But I've been in search of it for a long time. During my search to find it, I discovered a horrible fact. Sleepaway Camp has not one sequel, not 2 sequels, but 3 sequels and a remake.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
The first sequel is not terrible. It's a generic slasher movie, but so is
I think I was aware of the first sequel, but not the part 3, the part 4.
I don't think I've seen any of them past the first sequel.
There's some kind of remake too, apparently.
Well, that seems like a terrible idea.
Yeah.
How many twist endings can you have?
Yeah, really.
What a twist!
What a twist!
It's people. It's people.
Okay, Sarah.
By the way.
So what do you got?
Well, Night Skies. I don't know if anybody here has seen Night Skies. Anybody see it?
The
I'm familiar
miniseries?
with 2 Night Skies.
No, it's a movie. I don't know if it was like a TV movie or in the theaters, but it's a movie. I think I have the right title. Anyways, it's like a UFO thing. It happened like a couple days before like the lights in Phoenix. Anyways,
Yes.
it's pretty horrific, and there's a lot of interesting things when they get on the ship, and gross, very gross.
Did your fiance show you this movie?
Well, yeah, yeah, it is one of those movies that I have watched because of him. Like, yeah, I watch movies because a lot of people send me links. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was a pretty good movie. The aliens are like weird, gross, just really gross. I don't want to touch them. It looks slimy and gooey and gross. I don't want to gross. Anyways, don't care for them. But it was a good movie. And then like the one guy like survives and he was like buried alive, so it was crazy afterwards. MYFLŽCK dead. It's a good movie.
I've heard of it, but I've never actually seen it. And now looking at Wikipedia, I know why you like it because Michael Dorn's in it.
It's been a very long time. It's been a very long time since I fast forwarded through that movie.
Well, I enjoyed it. Yes, Michael Dorn. Yeah, that's my selling point, as you know. Anybody from Star Trek, like, yeah, okay, I'm going to watch it. Obviously, it's like the Burbs. You know, a lot of people from Star Trek in there, and Star Wars too. And it's like I'm going to watch it. But I like the Burbs, so whatever. But anyways, nice guys. Yeah, I thought it was a good movie though. It was gooey and gross.
There's some really good like.
What I remember of it was pretty good. When I like beat down the door to see again though.
Oh yeah, I don't think I'd own it.
Aficionado like us,
but I liked it.
Okay, so I guess that means it's my turn again.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with a movie that creeped me out as a kid, and that is The Gate.
I love that movie.
It's the Canadian movie where like a couple of kids basically accidentally dig a hole to hell in their backyard. And,
yeah, that happens all the time.
Tiny demons come out, and they're just like I don't know. Something about it really hit me as a kid, just like got under my skin and really like infected my lizard brain. I'm terrified of those little tiny demons. Like little stuff. It's like if I watched it recently and it's so low budget and terrible, but like, I don't know, something about it I think works really, really well, especially on a kid. Like when I saw it, great movie. And a very young Stephen Dorff is in it.
I have fond memories of The Gate being one of them movies from my childhood that I watched repeatedly over and over. Because even though it might seem crappy and subpar by special effects of today, back then it was the bomb.
Oh yeah, totally. It was like right up there with all those full moon kind of movies, you know, like Puppet Masters. I love that stuff.
All the movies I loved.
Yeah, they're great movies. And I think The Gate was made on a ridiculously low budget, so I think it's impressive that it managed to be as good as it is.
Hey, it had a bigger budget than Watchers.
The Canadian film industry was doing amazing things with no money around this time. Do you remember there was, I believe there was two. There was a post-apocalyptic franchise called Ash 9 or something like that.
It sounds vaguely familiar, yeah.
And it had like no budget. It's almost like the film just sort of organically sprouted. But it was actually really good, but you could tell they were working with nothing. And it's like you have to
you got to remember. But most people don't know this, but like I think it was 1981 or 1980 when Canada started their incentive to movie makers.
Tax incentives, yeah.
Canada, and they would give you grant money and match, and like if you had a budget of $1 million, they would match your budget and give you another $1 million to come make your movie in Canada. That's why so many companies went to Canada to make movies at that time.
It was a good idea.
There was a very young filmmaker who was instrumental in making that happen, and his name was David Cronenberg.
If I had to guess, name a Canadian director.
David Cronenberg. Who, like, pretty much any movie David Cronenberg made, you could talk about today.
Yeah, seriously.
I only know that because my mom did photography work, and she complained about him moving some of the movie stuff she was shooting to Canada, and she had to go all the way to Canada and where it was cold instead of California where it was warm to shoot stills for the movies because of some program they had up there where they got extra money to film him where it was freezing.
One of the funniest things SNL did in recent years was the Telemundo coverage of the Canadian Olympics. And it was so funny because they have this like Canadian dude in the vest. He's like, "Oh, it's a nice balmy 30 degrees, eh?" And it's funny, like the little girly girl they send up, she's like actually dying, and her friend's like, "Get inside, get inside." And it's like, no, it's because I've seen both. It's like New England, it gets really, really cold up here, but I've seen people dying because of the cold. But it's like this is like nothing. So yeah, I sympathize for your mother.
I was just saying, go sit on the Chesterfield, eh?
You do it too well.
So I feel for your mother that yes, it gets really cold up there, you know. But yes,
Now, I could probably name a bunch of low budget horror movies made in Canada in the 80s, and just to give a few like Black Christmas or
Black Christmas,
Deadly
that was
Eyes
the 70s.
that are just so outrageously good. You're like, wow. Man, I wished all horror movies had that level of early quality.
What was that other series of horror movies? House. Like I remember the cover more than the actual movie, but House, that was a Canadian horror movie.
yes,
That had
it
like
was.
3 or 4 sequels. Yeah.
The first one was pretty damn good. I like the first one.
I remember that Greatest American Hero versus Monsters.
There you go.
And his best friend from the war was played by Richard Mall.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it was. It was Bull. Yeah, Richard Mall.
Yeah, and the guy from Cheers was in it.
His buddy, yes. Yeah, his drunk neighbor. Yeah. Good
So
movie.
there you go. All of Canadian horror movies from the 80s is my pick.
Well, that's great.
And the list of good ones are endless. I could just sit here all night naming really good Canadian horror movies that were better than a lot of the American crap coming out at the time.
If any of you know Brandon Tenold here on YouTube, he does a bunch of reviews
Yes.
of horror movies, and he's Canadian. So when he talks about Canadian horror movies, he does a pitch perfect job. It's so good.
Yeah.
And he's so deliciously irascible.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Mr. Tino, I actually know him, and he has a band.
Oh, really?
That performs
Really?
regularly.
Yes, he does.
Cool.
Dan knows everyone.
You met him, really?
I've been trying to get this guy to do the Night Stalker for 3 years, and he's a pain in the ass. One request.
Well, he and I did briefly communicate because I was doing that thing with Michael Davis, the director, and he was also working with Brandon Tenold. So like, there was like a group chat. Like we didn't really like talk one-on-one, but I was in a group chat with him. So
Now tell him I'm gonna be standing outside his window looking in with that hockey mask on again. I don't do the Night Stalker.
I just love his stick because because most podcasters have this high energy. Oh my god, I love what I'm doing, and he's just sitting there like, yeah. So this movie sucks, but what are you gonna do? He's just so irascible. I love it. I thought about trying to replicate that, but I can't. I
no
love
way.
this stuff too much. It wouldn't work for me. I'd sound like I was just being a jerk, but anyway, he makes it. He really makes it work.
He's a lovable jerk. Yeah,
and he really, really knows his stuff.
He does.
Really.
He undersells what he knows. It's very
It's
clever.
fixing to be really big time winter in Saskatchewan, like 14 degrees below zero. So I look for him to have a lot of videos out over the next couple of months.
Okay, so Thrash.
Yes. Well, I'm going to pick a Canadian horror movie you haven't, and you made me think of it because we were talking about David Cronenberg, and I'm going to go with Rabid.
Nice.
This movie has everything. It has wanton, disturbing violence. It has social commentary. It has a hypersexualized porn queen. I loved it. I saw this movie when I was like in high school.
You've sold Sarah on that, I can tell.
Go on, I'm listening.
For some reason, this movie like hit everything on like the left and right side of my brain. It was like I felt, and I only saw it. In fact, I don't think I could have. I think I was actually too young to rent at the time. But the person in the video store didn't realize this. They're like, "Oh, there's some schlocky old horror movie." I show here you go. The reason I saw it was because Stephen King wrote an article about how it was one of his favorite horror films, and I'm like, that in and of itself makes me want to see it. And but again, it's you guys must know the premise, but for those of you who don't. A bad batch of blood inadvertently turns this young woman into a twisted vampire-esque sort of type monster. And when she preys upon you, you contract this weird, it's rabies, but it's more like the Last of Us type rabies, where you don't just become rabid, you become like a monster. And hilarity ensues. And
Hilarity?
hilarity ensues. And it stars, yes, soapbox commercial. Yes, yeah.
I have to look it up because it's going to bother me if I don't.
I don't know, man.
It's on the tip of my tongue. I just can't think of it. The porn star who was on the Ivory Snow box.
I keep having this vision
Behind the
of
green door.
I just keep
Somewhere.
having this vision of a snake coming out of a woman's navel and biting people.
No, that's the
Marilyn
white-
Chambers.
I knew it was Marilyn something, but I can't want to say like Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, Marilyn Chambers, and she's actually a really good at it in a role where for the most of it she has her clothes on. And
For most of it.
It has a good, solid supporting cast, mostly Canadians, but you've probably seen them here, there, and everywhere. He was in this, and oh yeah, he was in that. No, that he was in that, and it has some of the most disturbing horror images of the time period. I won't give them away, but there's some things that really stayed with me when I was a kid. And again, a lot of it is social commentary because guess what? The whole thing is in a backdrop of a pandemic, which became culturally relevant.
Tell me one thing. She's got this long thing that comes out and bites people, and when they get the rabies, where did it come out of? Real quick,
Her armpit.
Armpit, like
Armpit.
it was like
Armpit.
nodules, like bubons.
Yeah, it was.
I couldn't remember where it come out of to save my life. I was
Came out
thinking
of her
somewhere
armpit.
else. I was either thinking the navel or a little bit lower. I
Well,
don't know why.
because of the
Bert,
makeup
impossible.
effects, I can see why you would think that. And something tells me that in the
Come on,
original
man, I ain't
script,
seen that movie. I ain't seen that movie in 45 years. My memory's only so good.
but then in your defense, something tells me in the original script it was more along the lines of what you were talking about. I think they changed it for the boundaries of the Canadian censors, which weren't as strict as the Americans, but they were like, you know what? No. But if it's an armpit, well, there's nothing obscene about an armpit. Go with it. So yeah, but
It may have been a book version of that I read earlier, or a short story where it came out of her navel.
could have been.
Yeah.
Well,
I just found out because I was Googling Marilyn Chambers that there's been a remake of Rabid, and it's from 2019. Apparently, it's terrible. It's got CM Punk in it for some reason, which is really strange.
Apparently, it's terrible.
Is that the one that was only in the theaters 48 hours, 48?
Probably, yeah.
Even The Room was in theaters longer than that.
Hey, but to give Mr. CM Punk credit, he's one of the most popular wrestlers in professional wrestling today.
I kind of like CM Punk. He's cool.
And so he's right now, he's probably the most popular, and is selling out every arena around the country. Give the man his props, and he's got a hot wife named AJ.
That's true. I got no problems with CM Punk. I think he's cool.
Oh, I
You
can't
still want to
stand
get beat
him.
up by him.
Oh, come on. I'm a wrestling guy. I can't stand him, but
Of course not.
giving him his props.
so I guess Danny, so you're up next.
All righty. Well, I'm going to go with my favorite werewolf movie of all time. And I couldn't go a Halloween without talking about it, because to me, of all of them, of every werewolf movie ever made in history, none comes even close to touching the original Howlin' with Dee Wallace. To me, it is the standard for a werewolf movie.
Cult. Yeah.
Yeah, to me, it's just so perfect. It's the best. So if anybody can come up with a better werewolf movie, and I'll give credit to Silver Bullet, may be close. Maybe
American
close.
Werewolf in London is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
It
I
came
did
out
like
about,
that movie.
I think
Same
a year
time.
after The Howling. Yeah, The
I
Howling
think the same year, to be honest with you. I think.
Really?
And
It
the
could
only
have been
other
like a
movie-
dual movie thing.
The only
Yeah.
other movie I've
Cool.
seen that come close to the Howling for believable special effects when they didn't look like furries, that would be Dog Soldiers.
Dog Soldiers is such a good
Dog
movie.
Soldiers,
Oh
man.
my god!
Oh,
werewolf.
yeah. I've seen Dog Soldiers. That is good.
You should
They
see
were-
The Howling. It's got Robert Picardo in it. He turns into a werewolf.
Okay, I might have actually seen that. That sounds very
Yeah.
familiar.
He's a creep.
Oh,
Ooh.
Graham J, I haven't seen The Mad Death. It sounds good. I'm gonna have to check it out. That does sound good. And somebody mentioned Coffin Joe. I love the Coffin Joe movies. Zed de Cajon, I think it's in Portuguese, but those are all really good. I just want to throw that out.
And just to throw it on down there,
Mhm.
whoa.
Whoa.
Well,
I might come up with a problem, Tug.
Uh-oh.
Because as we're talking about the Howland, there's a series of Howland movies. Have we talked about them? And in this one, which is a part 2 or 3, your sister is a werewolf.
That's the second one, yeah, with Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee gets bit and turns into a werewolf, does he not?
He does. That's true. He is a werewolf. I forgot about that because I've tried to forget The Howling too.
Yeah, me too. I had totally put that.
Ha!
I'm talking about the original Howland
That's funny.
as my favorite. None of these sequels are on my list. Just saying.
No, I have a funny anecdote that I've probably told before, but I'm going to tell it again. When Christopher Lee met director Joe Dante, who directed the original Howling, they worked together on Gremlins 2. But before Christopher Lee could even do anything on set, he had to walk up to the director, Joe Dante, and very seriously, with like this stern expression on his face, go, "I'm very, very sorry for what I have done, and I need you to forgive me, sir. I was in the Howling 2." So Joe Dante was like, "Yeah, that's fine, whatever."
But officially, that makes Christopher Lee playing a werewolf too, right?
He was a werewolf. He wasn't the Wolfman, but he was a werewolf. Sure, yeah.
Wow,
He's done
that's
it all.
so horrible. It
Yeah.
just makes life so horrible, don't it?
And he was also an evil wizard. You know, he's done everything. And he was a Sith. He was a
all,
Sith Lord.
Come on, we all been an evil wizard before.
oh yeah, every day.
I always find that amazing that all those years later, because Peter Cushing was Grand Moff Tarkin,
That's true.
and then years later, Christopher Lee was a Sith Lord. It's like you finally have the Lee Cushing connection again in the Star Wars universe.
Yep,
Isn't
that's
that
very cool.
amazing?
Fantastic. Wow.
I'm just throwing that out there.
Sarah doesn't like talk about Star Wars. It's not Star Trek.
Well, look, Star Wars was good. Those first 3 movies were amazing.
I was talking about the original Howland, and that's not the one with Christopher Lee. That's part 3 or 2 or something. The one I'm talking about has one of the Avengers in it. The other guy, Patrick McNeil or something.
Patrick McNeil, yeah.
Yeah.
Or, yeah. It also has John Carradine, who played Dracula in the Universal Classic Monsters.
Yeah.
Once again, I can't stand John Carradine. I really can't. But this might
Why
be
can't you
one
stand
of
John Carradine?
What?
I can't stand John Carradine. He's a horrible.
Why?
If
Really?
you ever seen Bigfoot,
What's wrong with John Carradine, man?
you ever seen the movie Bigfoot with John Carradine?
Oh, wait.
Oh,
Was it called Bigfoot, or was it called something?
Look, John Carradine was in some terrible
Did you see
movies.
his
I'll give
horrible
you that.
portrayal of Dracula with the top hat? And
He's
you
a
wonder
silly
why I
Dracula,
can't stand him as an actor, really? But in the Howland, it could be his best role ever.
I think it's one of his last movies too.
Yeah, it was probably his best role that he ever had. Dude. He was really just spot on. I'm glad he got to go out with a bang.
And let's see, Kevin McCarthy was also in The Howling. He was very good in that. He was the studio boss.
I had forgotten that. I haven't seen it in probably 30
such
years.
a good movie.
It
I
is.
did a video on it on my channel. You should go check it out.
I think one bad thing that could be said was Dee Wallace's performance might have been a little stiff because I don't really think she was comfortable in this movie. But it might have been a little bit too much for her. But other than that.
And a young unapologetic geek was very interested in the nude scenes with the woman werewolf who I can't even remember the actress's name, but damn.
Go on. Tell us more.
It's very nice.
Speaking of Life Force,
Yeah.
Oh.
there was a movie. I thought there was just that naked Eastern European girl walking around for
Just
40
Matilda
minutes.
May. It's Matilda May the movie.
Exactly.
All
Patrick
right.
Stewart
Well,
kisses a guy for some reason.
There was a plot and a storyline.
Fun fact for you, Doug. She's one of the ones that actually survived. She's alive at the end at the restaurant.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. I forgot.
She's still out there, bud.
Well, I have to go find her. I can fix her.
That was not creepy at all. Okay.
Somebody actually ought to Google the actor's name just out of charity.
I
At
know,
this
man.
point, you
Indy's
won't be
not
sure.
here to instantly do it for us. I have to do it myself.
I know we have to
Annoying.
do our own research, like animals.
I guess you can only do 1 to 2 shows a day.
Oh, I'm sorry. I always think that she's Eastern European for some reason.
I think the
apparently
character
she's French.
name was Marsha. The character name was Marsha.
Marsha
maybe?
Quist.
Marsha,
Yeah,
Marsha,
yeah.
Marsha.
Elizabeth Brooks.
Mm.
She's best known
remember-
for The Howling. So there you go.
She didn't do anything
Is
else.
she only known for The Howling? Did she actually do anything else ever?
Apparently, she was a guest star on Kolchak at one point.
What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just
Body
telling
force.
you what Wikipedia is
She
telling
should
me.
have told them. But yeah, let's just have a really hot girl walking around naked for the entire movie.
What episode?
Oh, and
Makes sense
we'll,
to me.
and we'll
What
do
episode
one of the Quatermass
that?
movies.
What
We'll take
episode of?
5 million years to Earth and make a movie about it. But Matilda May will be walking back and forth naked.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
There's a large
idea.
budget. Bam. Will this be enough? Bam. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry. I was a teenager when that movie came out. What do you expect?
I don't remember her ever being in an episode of Kolchak the Night Stalker.
I don't know. I'm guessing she was younger, so I have no
Oh,
idea.
is that like the original series or the remake?
I don't know.
You didn't say the Night Stalker. You said Kolchak. Kolchak was the remake, I think. These are important facts if I'm going to track her
This is the
down.
1974, 1975.
Yeah, Night Stalker was a made-for-TV movie. There was actually 2 of them, but then the TV series was.
She was she was the vampire. Oh, she's the one that come up out of the dirt. Oh, I just got it. Yeah.
There you go. She's been a vampire and a werewolf.
Comes out in the Night Stalker movie.
Oh, I can see a picture of her. Yeah.
Yeah, I just realized what part she played. She was all covered in dirt and dirty. That's why I didn't recognize her.
She was wearing clothes. Weird.
That's crazy. Who'd wear clothes? That's what?
I'm not used to seeing her, but leather.
Didn't recognize her with their clothes on.
Okay.
And yes, Gary, he in Dracula, Billy the Kid versus Dracula, which is actually a thing. And the vampire goes out during the daytime, and it bothered me.
But at least he was a sparkly, right?
I'm a
There's
monster.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. People actually went to go see that willingly, and I'm like, why? Crazy.
Of course, my favorite John Carradine performance is in Wizards of Mars, where he gives that 4-minute speech at the end for absolutely no reason. But apparently, I'm the only person who's seen the movie, so take my word.
Yeah,
for
I
it.
have no idea.
Yeah, well, crazy.
I wish
It's
I
weird.
had a dollop every time I done suffered through a John Carradine movie.
This random John Carradine hate coming out of
Hey, I
nowhere.
never really-
It's like John
Weird.
Carradine hate. It's just I watched all these movies with fond and happy childhood memories, but they still
we're gonna get an angry letter
But they
from
were
like
still
Keith and for
shit.
Bobby.
were still shit.
He was best when he was doing westerns. I think he was great in westerns.
Oh,
Like Stagecoach.
I'm not so
Yeah.
sorry he was good at anything. No.
Yes, The Human Centipede is not one of our favorite horror movies.
Oh, no.
But if it makes you feel any better, I like him 100 times better than his messed up kid.
Which one?
All of them.
The one with the most embarrassing obituary in history?
Yeah, that one.
Mm. Things we can't talk about on YouTube for one
Hey,
time.
But we all know the story.
I got it. Hey,
Yes, we all
sometimes-
know what he did.
hey. No, I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to say some things are better left in the closet.
Yeah.
All right.
Damn.
Well, on that
Yeah.
note,
Oh, that's the way to close the door, ain't it?
good night, everybody. We don't know what's happening here.
I'm going to make another David Carradine joke. Hey, that's the way to close the closet door, right?
There's a comment from Keith Carradine in the comment section.
Does it say too soon?
Yeah, it says something. Oh, are you? Have a great week. Hope you feel better.
If you can't poke a little fun, if you can't poke a little fun at the dead around Halloween, life just ain't fun.
When can you?
Yeah.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Especially when they're still walking around.
And I could make a joke about where David Carradine's ghost would choose to haunt, but that probably wouldn't be cool.
Let's change the subject.
Yeah,
moving on.
It's getting tired. Tired. Yeah, it's getting tired.
Sarah.
So we ain't gonna, from now on, we're not doing no more movies. We're just going to talk it out for the last few minutes. You know,
okay.
we're just gonna hang around.
Christ, man.
We should shut the door on this topic.
God, dear Lord.
Just remember, it's not me saying those things, Dan.
I just love a good in your window.
Rear window, more like it.
Yes, Thursdays are full of them. All right.
We were talking about Rear Window today, and we got off topic. We're gonna have to bring that up at the next horror. We started talking about Rear Window, and
it was on my list, but we didn't really get into it. I figured since we talked about Psycho, we can save Rear Window for next week.
Indeed.
Well, most of the Hitchcock stuff is based in the realism world, so you'll be able to talk about that on your show next week.
Exactly, yeah.
Awesome.
But a lot of it is in horror. You know, that's the great thing about Hitchcock is while he did some amazing horror movies, you can't really label a lot of his stuff as horror. A lot of it is more intrigue or drama.
No, I think that falls under the category really of psychological horror. You know, it's the kind of horror that works on your mind. It's not necessarily a boo, rah, scare horror, but
I think Vertigo is definitely a psychological horror. I would say
sometimes the thought of something can be a lot worse than what actually happens, you know.
I have an alien. I have to show it.
A xenomorph.
Oh, I have an alien too. He
almost as cute as the one from that stupid TV show.
Mine hangs out here. Oh, excuse me, you can't see him. Mine hangs out here. My alien. And he glows too, and so does this. Oh boy. Okay.
What does your fiance think about that?
Well, everybody
hanging out with aliens.
Somebody's got to. Whatever. I don't discriminate. I'll make jokes about everyone. I mean, hang out with everyone.
Everybody knows ain't nobody safe from me. I'm horrible.
Yes,
that's true.
You are.
I once said something bad about Betty White.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious.
Do that on the internet. That's dangerous.
Well, anyways.
I like how a lot of Hitchcock movies are like macabre thought experiments. You know, you get like Rope, where it's just like these two kids trying to commit the perfect murder, or Strangers on a Train, which is still like
I love Strangers on a Train. That's a great movie. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I love that. I love the Hitchcock movies that do that are just like a weird macabre thought experiment. How to get away with murder, basically.
I know everyone would think that birds would be my favorite, but I'm sorry, I'm not afraid of seagulls, and nobody should be.
That's my one shame. Is I'm a big Hitchcock fan. I'm not a big fan of the birds. I think it's kind of dumb.
It's not kind of dumb. It's a lot dumb.
I haven't watched them all yet, but I do have this big old thing somebody sent me over here, and it's like the whole Alfred Hitchcock everything he ever did thing.
Nice.
I really don't even think I've ever opened it.
I believe it was indie, or actually
I own most of them. I'm still not giving you my Night Stalker.
Someone has to,
dude, I'll give you like a really cool sword.
Supposedly the Birds is actually based on an actual event where some type of algae.
I think I've heard that. Yeah.
Sick. But the problem is the book The Birds is based on was written before the incident. So you can't really say it's based on an actual story. It was just based on something there was a
It just
similar
happened. Yeah, it was just
incident. Yes.
convergent
No,
evolution.
no. What happens is it's like that. The guy wrote the book about a ship called the Titan.
Right,
They
that story.
hit a mythical iceberg and then it sunk. And then the real thing happened. The Titanic hit an iceberg and sunk. And people make the same comparison to the book you're talking about, where the book talked about a bird epidemic and the birds attacking people, and then it actually came true later on. 20 years later or something, the same shit that happened in the book really happened. And that's where what you're thinking of, I think.
Then there's
Yes, but the what happened was because the film came out after the
right,
incident.
so yeah.
A lot of people thought that the birds is based on an actual event, but the book took place before that. So what probably happened was the actual event made enough notoriety where someone said, "Hey, maybe we could make a movie about this," because it happened. But we'll talk about that more next Sunday.
Nice. Very well done, sir.
Yeah, we should cover that next week.
And we will, Dan. We will.
In depth, right?
But it would be like if somebody made a book or somebody made a movie adapting the sinking of the Titan, the book, after the Titanic had sank. Like if they made that movie in like the late 20s or early 30s or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be yes. It's a very solid analogy.
Oh my.
Analogy.
Remember now, I didn't say any of these words. Okay, cool.
Well, it's funny how in the between war years in the 20s and 30s, they talked about a Second World War. And they were usually very, very wrong as how it played out. But a lot of people predicted a Second World War, even though World War I was supposed to be the war to end all wars, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. L. Ron Hubbard wrote Final Blackout, H.G. Wells, Things to Come.
L. Ron.
Yeah. The Final Blackout's actually a really good book.
L. Ron Hubbard wasn't a bad writer. That was that's kind of the tragedy of L. Ron Hubbard. Is he wasn't
just a horrible human being.
Yeah.
Well,
no argument from me.
Well,
not from you, but I'm sure many people will be like, "Oh, okay."
They'll send you letters with letterhead.
H.G. Wells actually predicted 3 world wars in his Time Machine book, right?
That's true. Yeah. But he never really set a date for the third one. It was just sometime in the distant future.
He didn't really set no date for none of them because it was wrote in the 1890s. It was like sometime in the 1920s, sometime in the 1950s, sometime in the...
Wait, the Time Machine was written in 1895. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And he still had the presence of mind to put the First World War right in the 20s. And the Second World War in the 50s, which was only 5 years
Well,
off.
when he wrote Things to Come, which was much later, he basically predicted World War II, and he even predicted the nuclear bomb, which is kind of crazy.
Well, Battlefield Earth is awful.
One of the things people forget about is that, like, it was considered science fiction in the 30s, but there were a lot of scientists working on the possibility of using the atom to create a super weapon. So the fact that it took them into the mid 40s to be able to finally do it, and the impetus of a really bad war and a lot of money, but I mean, I think the theoretical idea of an atomic weapon went back to the late 20s, but at least the 30s definitely.
Probably, yeah. And no, Battlefield Earth is a great movie. It's one of the best comedies ever written. I don't know. It's hilarious. If you watch it with like a bunch of drunk people, great.
I don't see how anybody could put down Battlefield Earth after John Travolta's Emmy-winning performance.
Well, anyways, it's garbage.
Barry Pepper and Lord, what's his name? I can't remember his name off the top of my head. The guy with the eye. Anyway, doesn't matter. Forrest Whitaker. Forrest
Whitaker. I don't like him. I don't like him at all.
You don't like
Forrest
Whitaker? Great. Forrest Whitaker did make some movies I like. He made the one with the little robots flying around that wasn't too bad. Whatever that was.
So anyways, I don't like Forrest Whitaker. No.
Forrest Whitaker in Batter's not included? I don't think he was. No.
I was that's really? Yeah, I don't think he was.
There was that movie, The Last King of Scotland, that he did with James McAvoy, where he played Idi Amin. He's really good in that.
Ooh, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
How about Species? Wasn't he in that?
Yes, he is in Species, and I do like him in Species.
And he's in not the worst adaptation of Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
That's true. Yes.
Not the worst adaptation.
It's the third best, we'll say.
Dee Wallace does count as a Scream Queen. Yes, she
Yes,
does.
absolutely.
Whether she wants to or not, she does.
And the way The Howling ends. Oof. Goosebumps.
Barbara Crampton is still the best Scream Queen, in my opinion. There's no wrong answer,
Best
really.
Scream Queen. That's
Unless
rough.
you say
That's a hard question to
Forrest Whitaker is the best Scream Queen. But I think Barbara Crampton.
I can't force
I
Whitaker.
choose not to answer because there's just too many. There's too many.
She's the one who's leaps
Okay.
mind.
Okay, just to point out that
Lana Quigley.
Forrest Whitaker, I was confused. Forrest Whitaker was in a movie called Jingle Jangle, A Christmas Journey in 2020 with a bunch of stupid little robots like the ones in Batteries Not Included.
Oh, okay.
Awful.
Gee. I don't know why I had that flashback of him playing with little robots. Wrong movie.
But that explains it because we were like, what the?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
It's a Christmas movie. That's why I couldn't remember it.
It sounds terrible.
He was acting at the time, though.
Horrible nightmare Christmas movies out of my mind because I can't stand them.
I believe that came out like around the same time as Platoon, and he was in Platoon. So
That's
he was
true. He was in Platoon. Yeah.
I like Platoon.
You liked Platoon? I mean,
No,
it's a good movie, but it's hardly what it's like. Oh man, I love
it's my
watching this
favorite.
movie.
I watch
yeah.
it every year.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I think I watched it twice, but it's an okay movie.
Just love that scene where William Dafoe's reaching to the sky.
Since we talk about movies, when Christmas rolls around, we're not going to be talking about like Miracle on 34th Street and all that.
Well, thank goodness.
I
Right?
All that stuff, are we? We're going to be talking about Krampus and
Black
Santa Slaves and
Night of the Comet.
all the good ones, right?
Gremlins.
Gremlins. You know, movies, not nothing touchy and feely.
Mm.
Nope.
We don't do that here.
Yeah,
Not our
Yeah.
culture.
Yeah.
Not our culture, not our petri dish.
Nice.
Thank you.
All right.
And on that note,
I was like, I'm not hosting this show, but
I guess it's
I don't think
happy
anyone
hour.
is.
All
I
right.
guess
So,
we're end.
what?
Who, where, what?
I guess we're going to end on a big happy Halloween and look forward to Krampus next year.
All right. Also, okay, so Thursday's show is the Halloween show. So if anybody wants to dress up, feel free to dress up. I will send out links on Wednesday like usual. It'll be great. And then Tug and PONS will do Tug show Sunday, and then also Sunday will be PONS' awesome show where we take tests.
There will be trivia.
Yes, we will be taking tests as usual. It's good. A lot of fun over there. I highly
I still
recommend
got
you
an
check
A.
everyone out.
I'm doing pretty good.
All right. Yay, Tug. Okay. Well, anyways, thanks everybody for coming. I've had a great time. My throat is still sore, but still fun nonetheless. So,
What a fun show. And
was
once again, Sarah, once again, thanks for doing our producing for the whole show. You make everything happen. And your intros are the bomb, man. They're better than Phantom.
Better than Ben Affleck and the Phantom.
well, it's not hard to do.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. It was a lot of fun. Take
All
care.
right.
Happy
Bye, everyone. Had a great time, and I got to hit the button now. I'm going to hit the button. Oh my gosh, button work.
Hit the
I
button.
want to work.
damn button, girl.
Hit the button.
I need
Sit right back, it's time to show with Pons and Tan in a TV flow. Geeks for sure with tales to days gone by. Epic moments never die. Internet was such a blast. Fun with friends, let's make it last. Time to laugh and time to chat. Geek out hard and that's a fact. Sarah's here to add the spice. Memories that feel so nice. Love me on and first save the world with Sarah at their side. Oh girl, Sunday's fun with joy and cheer. Flip side, flip, flips over here. Naughty on and crash, save the world with Sarah at their side. Oh girl, Sunday's fun with joy and cheer. Flip side, flip, let's all revere. These shows from days gone by. Epic moments never die. Internet was such a blast. Fun with friends, let's make it last. Time to laugh and time to chat. Geek out hard and that's a fact. Sarah